Hey, yeah, I know y'all. I know y'all. It's been a while. Hey, come on, let's do it. Let's do it together. Hey, yo, 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 yo. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is the Don't Listen podcast with your boy TP. Stop playing. Oh, yeah. We are in the building. Oh, yeah. We are in the building. And my son, I asked him today, I said, son, that's why y'all see the Don't Listen podcast in the moniker. I said, son, what we gonna do today? Because he is the producer. He got that credit. He said, I said, what we gonna talk about today? He said, Dad, we're gonna talk about politics. I said, politics? He said, yeah. I said, well, we could do that. Why not? Right, Goose? Come on, come on. Come on over here. Say something to the people. Come on. Get in the camera. Come in there. Come on over. There he is. Hold up. We're having technical difficulties tonight. I don't know why. You saw him. All right, get out my camera. Bye. Get out of here. All right. Y'all saw him. That's my son. That's the young boy. He the producer of the Don't Listen podcast. He also is the producer of 24/7 Boxing. And he's 18 years old, and he gives me ideas, and I listen to them. So tonight, he also said he wanted to speak politics. So I said, why not? We have a new candidate in the race. I wouldn't say new to all of you, but new, period, right? Because Joe Biden has stepped down and said he no longer is running for president. It is Kamala Harris, right? I don't want to sound like those other folk when they say her name. So Kamala Harris, she's running for president. And for me, it's a lot of things that she's saying as of late is making me listen. Not saying that I'm on board, because it takes more than talk. And if you're going to talk a good one, which I have heard before, which I have seen before, if you're going to talk a good one, you got to get me all the way, right? Because the best speaker in my lifetime when it comes to a president was Barack Obama. Barack Obama spoke very eloquently. He made you believe what he said because of how eloquently he spoke, right? I don't want to fall in that rabbit hole again. I've been there, done that before, right? But let's talk about what I have heard as of late and some things that make me look at Kamala Harris a little differently, because she actually spoke about policy. Right? When it comes to policy, that's all I care about. And I don't look at it as something personal. We speaking in general, right? When it comes to policy, because anybody that's on the federal level, when it comes to politics, it don't necessarily affect you, right? But it affects you. But when they talk about stuff that's could possibly affect you, then you tend to pay attention to it. And this here is very important. This is very important. Hold up. Why, people, because I see my TV is poking through on the side of my green screen, and I would like to fix that. So if it's gonna show anything, at least need to show Don't Listen podcast. Goose, give me that thing over there. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know what is going on with my internet tonight. They must have known I was gonna come out here and talk some real talk for the good people, right? They must have known that. All right, so let's leave it on that. So if that pop up, I ain't mad at that. Okay, Don't Listen podcast. All right, now it ain't showing it. Oh, what's happening? Why you ain't going crazy now? Okay. At the end of the day, it is what it is. They are watching me like a hawk, good people. I want y'all to know that. That's why it's not reaching the masses the way it should, because I speak truth over here. And if you speak truth, you got to deal with the internet thugs and the internet gangsters that is siphoning to the people they want to hear. It's funny how people say the most craziest things, worse than me, right? Like way worse than I could ever think of saying. But they got a platform and they reach 80,000, 100,000 views. But when somebody say the same things and say it before they say it, that person don't get no shine. And I noticed that when I say certain things that other people say, they get to say it before me, even though I put my podcast out weeks before them. Yeah, that part. Yeah, it happens. It happens. But let's get to the skinny. Y'all ain't come to hear me pitching a penny. You came here for the skinny. So let's get to the skinny. Hey, Goose. We here to talk about Kamala Harris, right? Yeah, he said yup. He said yup. We are here to talk about Kamala Harris, right? And she came out with several proposals for her economic agenda that I took, very, I looked at her and said, hey, okay. Now, if this what you say you're going to do, because a lot of people get voted in because of what they say they're going to do. But what I will say to the Democratic Party, if y'all do this, what she say she going to do, oh my God, y'all ain't got to worry about no Republicans for years, because this benefits everybody. And it benefits the people of a generation of folks that got, pushed to the side, right? Because when I hear about the policy, I said, you want to give people housing for first time homeowners of a family. You want to give them the opportunity to buy a house with $25,000 of, equity into the home. First time home owners in a family. At first glance, I'm like, okay, that sounds great. But then I thought about it and I said, you know what? That wasn't extended to my mother, right? Because she was uh, a first time house buyer in our family, in my immediate family, to my knowledge, right? She didn't have that affect her life because there was you know, there was no government subsidies to help her, but she accomplished that. Okay. And then she wound up losing her home in the house crash of 2008. Right. So, with that being said, with the economic hardships of that time, with inflation of that time, something that we are dealing with today of inflation of that proportion at that time we are dealing with today, you know, and it wasn't viable for her to keep her home at the time because a tree went through her roof and the insurance company paid for her roof to get fixed, and then we had another tree go through the roof, and the insurance company said, well, we just paid for this part of the roof, we're not paying for it again. And she couldn't afford to pay for the roof again. Right. So, she said, you know what? I'm going to leave out the house. I'm going to let it get where it's going to get. I'm going to save some money. And then I'm going to go back to the house, fix the roof myself, or wait till my insurance kick in again. And kept paying her insurance and all that. And when it kick in again, then they will pay for the other side of the roof. Right. But lo and behold, when it came time for that to happen, see, these are real stories. Okay. When it came time for that to happen, when she came to her house, the heater was gone. All the copper pipe in the house, because the house was an older house, so it had copper going all through the house, electrical and plumbing. They done stole the stove. They done took the stove. They done took the oven. They done took all the wiring through the house, so it was all kind of holes through the walls. The heater was gone. The hot water tank was gone. This is the house that she went back to after leaving it dormant for, I would say, 6 or 7 months. It was about the time where insurance would have to pay for the other side of the roof. She decided to go back to the house. She didn't think she would have to buy all those things. And since you are the owner of the house, well, guess who got to pay for a new water heater? A new heater. Yeah, that part. Now you got to pay for a stove, a oven. You got to fix all the drywall that was going through the house that had copper running through it. Yeah. They gutted the house and it wasn't much left of a house. So the money she would have had to put into the house it was more than what she had to pay for the rest of the house. If you get what I'm saying. So she let the house go. Right? So in that instance, I told y'all a true story. So in that instance, that will not make her a first time house owner again because she didn't even get a chance to finish owning the house that she first paid into. So who would that make a first time homeowner? It would be any of her other kids, right? Because she never got a chance to finish owning the house that she initially paid for. But that and this plan that Kamala Harris have out right now, that will make her the first home owner in the family, which the government will put $25,000 to. So that would disqualify me. It would disqualify my brothers, my other sisters from owning a house with the help of the government. Okay. And like I said before, and many other podcasts, you know, we are not looking for handouts. So it's not something that I expect, but goddamn, it sure would be nice, you know, because we never got our 40 acres in a mule. A mule would be a car, truck, right? And 40 acres would be some land that I could put a house on, right? And black people act like they scared to say that part. What was told to our ancestors, what was told to the people that was here before us was that we was owed 40 acres and a mule. We never got that, but it was promised to us, right? We never got that. But you know what, Kamala? You know what you could do to make things right about Square? Yeah, you know what to make it about Square? Just say, and I'm not speaking for just Black Americans, I'm just speaking for Americans in general. Let's make it about Square, right? How about you give everybody access to owning a home, $25,000, first time homeowner, not just Black Americans, make it applicable to everybody, right? The government will do that for its people. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what that would do for the Democratic Party? Do you know what that would do just for people in general? And it's not specific to any group. You could say you did it for all Americans, right? Not just people that you owe something to all Americans. If you just opened it up for everybody, because obviously America had the money when you could finance war on all kinds of different shores. So obviously America has the money. So why not invest it in your people? Oh my God. What a novel thing to do. Oh, listen, I'm not just saying this to be for me. Look, I'm speaking to the general public, right? It's not just for Democrats, it's for Republicans too. How about you be a presidential candidate for Republicans and Democrats? Make it very easy for yourself to defeat Donald Trump and say, listen, I'm going to do this for all Americans. I see you said you was going to build 3 million homes, 3 million new homes. I don't know if that's enough, but it's a goddamn start. 3 million homes. Build 3 million low-income homes. Now we talking. Now we talking. Because the people that can move in that market, that's able to buy and finance and get finance for homes, they could do that at will. And the ones that don't want the home that they're in and they want to move into a bigger home, they could do that at will. When somebody buy their home, then they got capital to do it. What about the poor? What about the poor? Hold up, Goose, tell them. Say what I said.
What about the poor?
What about the poor? And this is a topic that none of the candidates are hitting on, regardless if you are Democrats or Republicans. If you don't think about the poor, don't nobody really give a shit with a conscience, people with a conscience. I'm not talking about everybody, because everybody got salt in the game. They put salt on the fish, make the fish do what the fish do, right?
Yep.
Make the fish taste good, right, Goose?
Yep.
Got to put a little salt on there, right? A little bit of salt with a little bit of hot sauce, right?
Yep.
And the fish tastes good. Stop playing. Now, when you sit here and you tell me, oh, we're working for the middle class, right? And Donald Trump, all he want to do is give tax cuts for the rich. Hold up. What about the working poor? Because, see, just because you got a job don't mean your ass ain't poor. Excuse me. I know a lot of people working right now with a job. I know a lot of people working right now with 2 goddamn jobs and still don't got enough money to do what they need to do to get done what they need to get done. Stop playing with me. What are you going to do for them? The housing bill, that housing bill or initiative that you have put forward on your platform, make sure that encompass the working poor. The working poor, not just poor people, the working poor. Because I know a lot of people that got a goddamn job that still live in a goddamn car because they can't pay the car payment and the cost of an apartment. How about that? Those people are viable too. Those people are the ones you want to vote for you too, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what we talking about? Agenda number 1, Kamala. Get agenda set for just not the middle class, the working poor. Because prior to my knowledge of today, I didn't even know we had I didn't even know we had a middle class. I just thought we had rich and poor. In this country, the middle class been hollowed out. I said that before. If you've been paying attention, it has been hollowed out with the price of an inflation. The poor is damn near reaching for straws. And the middle class is just another poor person. Okay. So at the end of the day, your economic proposals have to encompass more than just saying I'm for the middle class, not just saying I'm for the middle class, because you can't define what the middle class is. The middle class has been hollowed out. So who the hell knows what the middle class is? You got rich, you got poor. That's what I know. $15 an hour, which is a minimum wage set by states, not a federal mandate, which you could have helped in, by the way, right?
Yep.
$15 an hour is not enough to take care of your business. It's not. So the federal minimum wage should not be $15 because right now it's $7.35. If you ain't been paying attention, yeah, that's what it is. $7.35 is the federal minimum wage. $15 is not enough for people to live on right now. So what will you do on that front? Let me ask you, because I don't know if you can see my shirt, but you can't, right? But it says I'm proud of my heritage. Black. My father is African, came from overseas. My mother is American. I was born here. I am American. By all means, I am American. And I live my life as an American. Never being able to get out of this country as an American. I am an American as American can be. Right, Goose?
Yep.
You're American too, ain't you, son?
Yep.
All right, stop playing. All right. With that being said, being a constituent, doing my duty as an American citizen, and voting in the last, all right, let's see, first election that I voted in, I believe Bill Clinton versus George W. Bush. Herbert Walker, not little Bush, big Bush. Not little Bush, the big Bush, Goose. You heard?
Mhm.
Right? That was the first election I voted in.
Wow.
I was 18 at the time. I believe I was. 1994.
Wow.
And that was my first election I voted in. I forgot who was the candidates or whatever. But I know I voted all Democrat. Mom Dukes was like, you better vote for a Democrat. Goddamn Republicans, they ain't shit. They ain't this, they ain't that. Blah, 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 blah. I got skinny, right? Or at least I thought I did. At least I thought I did, right? But since then, we then had two Republican presidents. And then I had three or four, no, was it three? Three Democratic presidents since then, right? So I had one Republican, no, two Republicans, right? And I had three Democrats, right? And where I live at, Democrats win down the ballot for city and state and local elections. Democrats run the table, right? So what I have seen is, even though I might have voted Democrat straight down the line, and Democrats has been governing where I lived and prospered and didn't prosper, where Democrats had the majority of the votes, is all the places I have lived in. And this has been where I have seen the most problems has been under Democratic leadership. I wonder, why is that a thing? If y'all want us to keep coming out to the polls and say, hey, I'm going to vote for Barack Obama because that's how excited I was when it came to him. I couldn't wait to get up in the morning and go vote. I was properly propagandized. But what I won't allow myself to have happen again, because this is what I see. This is what I see right now. Is everybody got excited about Kamala Harris, first woman, person of color, and now her economic plan has some stuff in it that make you say, right? Obama's strategy, oh, we're going to give the black, well, not black, Americans, because he wasn't on, him and Kamala is very so much tied in. I'm seeing, it's like a replay to me. And it should be a replay to you because it's certain folk in this country, that always show up for the Democrats, black people, when I'm speaking of them particularly, right? Black people, we show up for the Democrats. We go out in mass numbers and droves and we vote for Democrats because most of us are ignorant. Yeah, for some reason I'm having all kind of internet problems tonight. Yeah, for some reason I'm having all kind of internet problems, and I never had this happen before. But where was I at? I forgot. But as long as I've been alive, all we did is vote for Democrats. Where I live at, in the state that I'm in, I think we had 2 Republicans and we had 3 Democrats, right? But I have never seen any difference, regardless of who was in power. I live in New Jersey. So we had Christine Todd Whitman. If anybody knows anything about her, Oh my God. She unleashed the beast down here where I live at when it comes to fighting against the drug war, right? She unleashed the beast here. And we had several young brothers lose their lives due to the police presence that was happening at the time. And that was before we had, uh, cameras, before we had people with phones. I could tell you several brothers that lost their life at the hands of police in this city where I live. And I'm right. And nothing ever came of it because we didn't have what we have today back then, right? But that's a whole nother story. We're here to talk about Democrats and Republicans. And this is where Democrats, where I was told that they were better than Republicans when it came to financial issues, when it came to social issues. This right here is a social issue. The social issue is that people cannot afford rent. People don't have access to home loans. I'm gonna give you the whole skinny because people act like they don't know. And as long as I've been living, majority of the time been under Democrats. And this has always been a problem. We can't afford the rent because the jobs that we work at don't pay what they need to pay. And if you go out and work 40 hours a week at any goddamn job, you should be able to afford any goddamn place to live. Plain and simple. Regardless of how much money you make, you should be able to finance a roof over your head, regardless of where the hell you work at. And especially be able to finance it if you got somebody working with you. Stop playing. Okay? So that has to be something that people ask for from their politicians in this election. We need to be able to afford places to live, regardless of the income that you make. How about that? How about you do that for the people? Since y'all got so much money to go everywhere else, how about you do that for the people? Make sure no matter where you work, you make enough money to afford at least an apartment wherever you go. So is 3 million homes enough to affect all the people that's affected? I don't think so. Gotta go bigger. Gotta go bigger. Okay. The other thing, minimum wage. We was promised that by Joe Biden for it to go to $15. He did not do that. Kamala Harris would have been the breaking vote in that case, but the parliamentarian had powers that we never seen enacted before when it came to that. But Kamala Harris would have been the untying vote. They didn't bring shit to a goddamn vote, right? So, Kamala, do yourself a favor. Make $15 the minimum, right? But that's just the starting point. You need to raise that with the price of inflation because all I hear is Biden economics is good. Biden economics brought us a level of corporate greed that has never been seen before. Price gouging is at a high level that I have never seen before. So I seen under your plan that you want to crack down on corporate price gouging. Okay. Okay, you opening up my eyes, you making me see some things. Are you really gonna do it? Because I see that you got a couple BlackRock executives on as cabinet members already. Possible cabinet members or projected cabinet members. BlackRock. Do anybody know what BlackRock is? Do we have to go down that dark alley? So I put that name out there for you good people. I'm going to put it on my folk, the people that watch this podcast, to do their own investigation. Go out and find out who the hell BlackRock is and see if you want those type of people in Kamala Harris's cabinet for president. Because this is what I hear that's going to be in her cabinet. I don't know if they work in our best interests. And see, this is where the game get lost on people, is where government is supposed to work for the people. This is what has been missing as long as I've been living. Now, I seen, you know, what's his name? He act like Bill Clinton. He tried to act like, he said, I could play the saxophone, black man. Y'all should vote for me. I'm from the South. I love what y'all talking about. Right? But what did he do? He made black people's lives harder by cracking down on welfare and cutting the benefits that welfare gave to poor working mothers. Right? And then Hillary thought, hey, I could ride on that back. Hey, my husband as president, he gutted welfare and he gave us a trade agreement with NAFTA that shipped millions of jobs overseas. But y'all should vote for me. No, you are collateral damage because your husband did a terrible thing and you was collateral damage. So what I would say to Democrats, y'all need to stop being beholden to corporate greed. When a company decides they want to go overseas, put tariffs on their ass. Even if it's an American company, put tariffs on their ass. You're going to pay a tax to sell your goods in your own country since you want to take jobs away from here. And that goes for any other company. If you want to leave this country and take your job overseas to get cheaper labor, guess what? You can't sell your goods at a higher price here, right? And it's going to cost your ass a big ass fine when you do it, enough for another company to start up and employ all those people that company had let go. How about we do that? How about we? No, that's too much. Like, right, Terrence, you're asking for too much. Hold up. Hold up. Am I really? If you got billions, which turns out to be trillions of dollars to go overseas and pay for all these other people wars, take care of your own folk. Take care of American citizens. You got all these goddamn. Oh, I can't talk. I can't do it. Can't do it, Goose. I thought I was gonna be. Nope, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. But what I will say is this: American citizens are seeing the disparity in which they are being treated. We see people up in 5-star hotels. Yeah, we see that. We see EBT cards being maxed out with like $10,000 on them. Yeah, we seeing that. Yeah. And these are people that didn't go through the American struggle, the American suffering, the American dream that they will never see fulfilled. But we see people that come here and turn out better, especially black people see it. We see it. So Kamala, Kamala Harris, if you want my vote, bring up these issues. I need you to do that. Because there is a candidate out here that's doing that. And I'm not even going to say their name. I'm going to give you an opportunity to say so. It's only me. I know I'm a little old podcaster. Don't nobody know me. But what I say is how a whole lot of people was feeling. I know how much, when I did overtime at my former employer's job, how much taxes came out of that shit. I didn't even see my goddamn overtime. I don't even know what the hell my overtime looked like. But I know how much I paid in taxes. And that shit was almost like a whole week of work. A whole week of work. Almost a whole week of work. And regular pay was taken out in taxes. And you mean to tell me you want to take my money and pay for some other folk where I could use that shit right now and make my life better? That's what you trying to tell me? So you better do something to that tax code. That tax code need to get changed. It need to get fixed. Because just because I decide to do overtime, I should not get penalized for that. That should be an asset for a company. It should be an asset for me to enrich my life, not to take more money from me. Because you're taxing me 2 times for the same goddamn check. And I see it. And you're taxing me more than twice. Because after I pay taxes on my check, every time I go somewhere and buy something, I got to pay taxes on that shit too. So how many times you going to keep taxing me? Tax. Got state tax, income tax, Social Security, FICA, some other shit, and some other shit. And on top of that, about some other shit. You know, everybody need to pay a flat tax. Because I know goddamn well ain't no way in hell somebody that make the money that I made in now, goddamn rich Negro out here paying less than me a year in tax. And if I decide to make my life a little better by working overtime, the freaking word in there is working. I should be able to see some of that money. Some of it, just a little bit. I don't got to see it all. I got to pay taxes on that too. But goddamn, take it all? I remember I did about 20 hours of overtime or 25 hours of overtime in a 2-week span, right? It would have turned out to be an extra $500 in my pay, right? And then when I got the money, I got my net, not my gross, of the check that I was supposed to get for 80 hours. I got that. That was it. And then all the rest of the money, my overtime money and everything, all that was taxes. Something ain't right about that shit. Something ain't right. Riverfront rehab. Something ain't right. I know y'all steal money anyway, but that's a whole nother thing. Got to do a pod on that too. Some of these companies with the taxes and everything, when you switch from another job to another job and you see the difference in the money that they took and the money that they took for the same amount of time, something ain't right when you claim the same amount on your W-2. Okay, so somebody need to take a look at you, Riverfront Rehab. Yeah, I said your goddamn name. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they located in Pensacola, New Jersey. Yeah, somebody need to take a look at them. Look at their books. Yeah. How the hell I work a 40-hour week, have $165 taken out at Riverfront Rehab, and then work at another place, and the shit was like $98 for the same amount of time. How did they do that? Tell me, how's that a thing? Hold up. Wait a minute, because it's hit too wrong. Hold up. Wait. Yeah, because the nigga just sang the song. Yeah, hey, Riverfront, get your shit together. Yeah, I'm gonna put some people on you folk over there. Stop playing with me. But that's irregardless of what I was talking about. Hey, Goose, that's when you say you going on a tangent. Yeah, I just did that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, hey, go look in Riverfront Rehab's books. They all out there in Pensacola, New Jersey. Yeah, go look at their books. They stealing money from their employees. Yeah, I said it. Oh yeah, I did that. Mm-hmm. I could prove it, so it ain't slander. Come play with me. How about that? But at the end of the day, I said that to say this because this is what I was supposed to say. Okay? Our government is supposed to protect us from corporate greed. And we need Kamala, if you want us to vote Democrat, to crack down on that. That part. Yeah. Yeah. We need Kamala to look out for the average American. The guy that gets up every day and go to work 5 o'clock in the morning, the girl that gets up every day and go to work, and maybe after she leave that job, she got to go to another job because she's doing all the shit by herself. Yeah, we need Kamala or Kamala to look out for these folk, because it ain't just about the middle class. It's about the working poor. The working poor, which makes no goddamn sense when you say it. How, if you're working, you're poor? Think about that. If you're working and you're poor, that's a problem in itself. Because if you give any company, regardless of what your pay is, 40 hours of your life a week, you should get something in return other than just a paycheck. You should get peace of mind. And I think the politicians that you put in office supposed to offer that and deliver that to their constituents and to the people. Especially if you the president of the United States, it's not no more time for lip service. We had it with Obama. We had it with George Bush. We had it with Donald Trump. We had it with Bill Clinton. And we had it with Joe Biden, who gave us nothing but lip service for 4 years. I'm not riding that boat again with Kamala Harris. I want to see. I might vote for you. I ain't going to say that I am. I might. But you got to make me a believer. Obama did that and he did nothing. Now I'm looking at you, the black woman who I revere black women to the utmost because my mother is one. And I know how hard she worked to make 5 kids motivate in this society. You got to show me something. I'm the oldest of the 5. You got to show me something. I'm tired of being talked to. I need actions. If you want my vote, it's going to cost you. And it should cost every other people, every other person. I said people. Every other race in this goddamn country, your vote should cost them. It should cost you something. Not because of race, because of policy. It should cost you. That's all I got for y'all. I done went off tonight. I done talked about shit I wasn't even supposed to. You know, this is what we talk about, you know? When you living the life and you feeling strife, sometimes shit ain't gonna come out right. Stop playing. This has been your Don't Listen podcast with your boy TP. Oh yeah, we got in the mix today. Riverfront Rehab. Stop playing with me. God damn it. We are in the building. I am here with my producer, young Terrence Perry Jr. in the building. The love of my young adult life. Nate. Stop playing. At the end of the day, I said what I said, and I say what I say. And I ain't here for no play. Hey, Democrats, take care of the people, and the people will take care of you. Now, let me show y'all a little bit of bipartisanship. Hey, Republicans, if you happen to win and get in office, stop taking shit away from people and help some folks. And guess what? You won't have a problem being elected. But I think for some goddamn reason, it got to be ons and a deux, right? Ons and deux, 1 and a 2, right? Why we only got 2? Ons in French. Ons, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, 10. Yeah, that's French. That's French numbers, right? We only got 2 here. And if we got 0 out of 2, what we gonna do? Y'all want us to keep voting for y'all, but y'all keep putting this propaganda, make shit sound good. Hey, they communists. Hey, Republicans, that ain't gonna work this time. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. That shit is trash. Hey, Kamala with Russian flags and shit. She been American as long as America been America to her. She's been around. The fuck you talking about? How you gonna put a Russian flag behind Kamala Harris to say she's a communist? What? She's more establishment than establishment. She's in there with Joe fucking Biden. All right, now the curse words is coming out. I'm sorry for the people that got touchy-feely. Oh, he just said fucking. Oh, I said it again. Look, how about that? Listen, if you hear to hear the skinny, that's what I'm going to give you. If you hear to listen to some dude, some gay dude, and yeah, him, you want to hear him? What's his name? Dude from CNN. You know his name? Babe, you know his name? What was the gay dude from CNN? The light-skinned dude. What's his name? I can't remember his name. He used to host a show on CNN. You don't know what I'm talking about? See, that's how much we watch CNN around here. MSNBC, guess what? You in that same shit. How about Fox News? Guess what? We don't know who your people is neither. Because we live in it. I don't need these people on TV to tell me. I'm living it. And this is where all you people out here that choose not to be sheep and just follow the norms, right? Don't be a sheep, right? Don't listen to mainstream media every day. We ain't even know who the hell we was talking about just now. But we all know him when you see him. Now he do a podcast because they kicked his ass off of CNN, right? But this is what I'm talking about. Make up your own goddamn mind. Do your own goddamn investigations. Because when you do it for yourself, can't nobody mess with your health. This has been the Don't Listen podcast with your boy TP. Stop playing. Be safe out here on these evil streets because the devil is busy. And yes, he is a liar all the time. And what I would say to you is, don't get nothing on you. That shit real easy to do. There's people out here to profess. This is my takeaway for the first time viewers, right? There's a lot of people out here to profess to have your best interest in mind. If they don't show it, don't you believe it when they say it. Because everybody, by proxy, owe you something. And I ain't talking about monetary. What they do owe you is what you show them. And that's mandatory. And that's how you should live your life. Treat others how you want to be treated. Give others how you want given to you. And if you do that, can nobody say nothing about you. And that is a fact, Jack. Stop playing with me. And if you don't know, now you know. Deuces, stay safe out there on these evil streets. I'm out. Bye.
Next got the recipe.
Yeah. When you ain't close, not in my sight, still on my mind. Damn, it's been cold since you went ghost out of my mind. Try to fake cold.